Coming up, the Eagles host the defending champs. Tom Brady faces a team he's played in 2 Super Bowls. He beat Philly as a Buccaneer. Find out right here on Thursday night.
Opened back in 2003. Have a look at the Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Time to see what this Tampa Bay Bucs offense has in store. They're led by the now 7-time Super Bowl champion, the MVP of Super Bowl 55. Charles, it's Tom Brady.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Brady going to throw. That's caught by Howard. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it'll be third down. Here's Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Eagles will have it taking over first and 10. Well, here come the Eagles on offense, and it's Jalen Hurts at the controls in his second season now out of Oklahoma.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete. Hunter Nicewander on to punt now on 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and how they're going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible. So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 10 catches for an even 100 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
Running on first down is Sanders, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage before he's taken down. A loss of 1.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Second and 11 now. Here's Hurts to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 36. Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. To throw again on second down. Hurts. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. On first and 10, it's Sanders. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Devin White, the Bucs' leading tackler in their Super Bowl run, in on the stop. On second and 9, Hurts. And this one is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Well, that's complete to Sanders. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be fourth and short.
And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on fourth. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down.
Hey, baby.
They were going for it on 4th and inches, now 4th and 5.
Yeah, everything had built to a crescendo, hadn't it? 4th and inches. I mean, we were coming out of our chairs up here. Now on 4th and 5, you've got to think about whether you want to go for it or not.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
Not
way.
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Play action. Now it's Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. To throw is Brady. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. So those are the numbers for Gronk in last week's outing. 5 catches, 88 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Brady's throw pulled in by Gronkowski. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go with them early and often.
Well, when you've got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
Again, they'll throw with Brady. Over the middle, complete. It's Evans. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 29-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Brady. This one swung out here to Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's a give to Fournette. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, to go to the air.
Well, the ball mere inches from the right line on 3rd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Ryan Suckup on for the point after. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
From the 24, Hurts. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Shaquille Barrett. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Nice play there by Shaq Barrett, and he was always going to be hard-pressed to match his 2019 output, where his 19.5 sacks led the NFL. But still in 2020, he put 8 on the board and remains a key cog in the Buccaneers' defense.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Throwing is Hurts. And that will be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way, because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
A quick throw caught by Evans out wide. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. This offense #1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and the run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Brady. And this one incomplete, threw it down at the feet of his receiver. So, Charles, you look at this offense, and what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball game.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Still 15 yards to go, second down. Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. The Bucs on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is third down and 12. Shotgun now for Brady. And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
We got this.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal. Brady now to throw. And he's got Gronkowski. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rob Gronkowski, his first touchdown on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point try now for Succop. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A 10-play drive that time, and it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. On first down, Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. The Eagles on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. They'll drop to throw. Going deep here for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, their first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Mike Evans in the Tampa offense about to set up shop. He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him.
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend him and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. He's got his big tight end, Gronkowski. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Fournette, a first down, still going. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. The give is to Jones. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle. Now a play fake. Brady. And he finds Howard complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now Brady. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. So Brady departs, and on is Ryan Succop for the Buccaneer field goal. This from 54 yards away. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. Charles, 54 yards. I'm surprised that came up short.
I would agree with that one because normally if he misses, it's accuracy, not length, because he has plenty of leg for that. But maybe it's like I hit my golf shot, you know, maybe it's like my wedge. You know, when you chili dip and you hit the ground ahead of it, sometimes that'll shorten your distance as well.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Second down, back to Sanders. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. The Eagles on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now he'll escape to his right.
And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 21.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
People constantly make the joke about defensive backs being wide receivers that can't catch, but Carlton Davis puts a lie to that theory, snags that one. And he's not a guy who gets a lot of publicity, but a big part of the Bucs' run to the Super Bowl title last year. A former 2nd-round pick out of Auburn in 2018. He led the Buccaneers with 4 interceptions.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their side.
And they're going to get to him. That is going to be a safety. Tom Brady taken down in the end zone. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
This is fielded at the 27.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going.
Here we go.
Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Chris Watkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are back within a score.
Jalen Hurts, not a terribly big fella at 6'1", but his arms got plenty of life to it, and that was a thing of beauty there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is down to 2. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. Doors and some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on first down is Brady. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Brady. This is caught. Touchdown. Mike Evans, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Suckup for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Let's go.
Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out.
He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. So a change of possession here on the punt. Mike Evans and the rest of the offensive unit heading back out there now. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to...
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by Rodney McLeod.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape. Absolutely.
And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And they will begin in field goal range already as they search for a potential score. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Hurts.
Flushed out right and out of bounds right around the 20. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Eagles.
Chris Watkins.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Eagles are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Terrific. Touchdown. I know we've got a game now.
Yeah, I think anytime you go to the second half down just 1 or 2 scores, you feel not where you want to be, but in a pretty good spot.
And I think for most teams, when they go into the half in this situation, it's not a lot of adjusting going on. It's much more, all right, guys, let's just play a little bit better than we did in the first half.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. Some great games coming up this weekend. The first coming over in London. An early start, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, Miami taking on Jacksonville. Lots to look forward to in the late afternoon window as well, one being a late start in Foxborough, where it'll be the Patriots taking on the Dallas Cowboys. And finally, on Monday Night Football, a good one in the AFC. Bills and Titans live from Nashville. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first two quarters. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Taken at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter.
And, Charles, they trail here, though not really the fault of this offense.
No, they certainly did their part in the first half. But when you're in a shootout like this, you definitely want your defense to play better, but you know that's out of your control. All you can do, keep putting points on the scoreboard and keep giving your defense opportunities to make stops.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. 7 yards, the pickup there.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3 at the 24-yard line.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts.
On the move to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
Brings up third down and 2.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well.
And Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10
at their own 24.
And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get this one up to the 26. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Now Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And out now come the Eagles. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have kept it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Sanders. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. On first down, it's Sanders. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. So the completion good for 6 yards, and they're going to have a third down. Now a carry for Sanders. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sends his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This will be from 56 yards out. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not, it's not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On play action, now Brady. He's got Mason complete. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. From the gun on third down, Brady. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard complete.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight ends through for them, picking up the first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Brady.
And yet again, it's Howard with a catch.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Now Brady. Looking middle. It's caught by Gronkowski. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. On third down, Fournette. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down.
47 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better than partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Into the red zone, it's Brady.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On second down, here's Fournette. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. To throw, it's Brady. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
Jones.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Calling a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
They'll try again with Jones. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point put through by Succop. And that makes this a 9-point game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Eagles offense back out, getting set for this next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. They'll run it Sanders. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hurts.
And that is incomplete. The Eagles send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the fourth. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Brady gives this one off to Jones.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
43 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. They'll go again to Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Let's go.
How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6.
7 yards the pick up there. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3.
Here's Brady to throw. And he's got it. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Rob Gronkowski with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Bucs add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
So what can Brady do here as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2. Brady will look to throw for it. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Philadelphia's offense ready to go again.
And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw again on second down. Hurts. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Vita Vea in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So the big play nullified, a legal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. He's been a load for them to handle defensively, I know that much.
But look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit because not only is he catching them, he's picking up good yardage, keeping the chains moving, ball control, you name it. This big guy, what did you say? He's been a load for them to handle?
That's right.
Agreed.
This has 7 catches, as you said, over 100 yards. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. Open man is Godwin. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Fournette, a first down carry. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Fournette. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third-down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. Here's a give to Fournette. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. A handoff to Fournette. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 19-yard line. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here. Shotgun now for Brady. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes. Them a chance to get back into this one totally.
We have still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 22. Now left side on the swing pass. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 26-yard.
Throwing is Hurts.
Open man is Goddard, the tight end. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
It's caught by Sanders. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
On first down, Hurts.
He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
He'll find the Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Goes right back to Smith again.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
93 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Tampa Bay, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.